Sanwo-Olu is all out for P2B. They say no retreat, no surrender. Let me read from the news. Your behavior, P2B, this is Sanwo-Olu speaking. P2B, your behavior is disturbing. Sanwo-Olu blasts P2B for demarketing Nigeria in USA. Sanwo-Olu say Obi have bad character. And P2B is the worst governor Nigeria has ever produced. He did not do well as Anambra governor. That the character of P2B is disgusting him. He said Obi duty every day now to go abroad. Go they talk negative thing about Nigeria. He can't say anything positive. Sanwo-Olu, he said Obi character. He never see person will get bad character like P2B for his life. Let me read from the news. Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has tackled P2B over the perceived disparaging comments he made about Nigeria at Johns Hopkins University in the United States. The Lagos governor said Obi lacks the moral right to talk about poverty in Nigeria. During his recent engagement at Johns Hopkins University, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate painted a picture of how Nigeria fell off economically within 25 years, leading to an astronomical increase in the poverty rate. Using the poverty index, Obi compared Nigeria, China, Indonesia, and Vietnam to analyze Nigeria's rising poverty rate. He explained that in 1990, when the Human Development Index (HDI) measurement started, Nigeria, China, Vietnam, and Indonesia were all classified under the medium category of the HDI measurement. According to him, Nigeria had the fewest people in poverty in 1990, and 35 years later, it has more poor people than China, Indonesia, and Vietnam combined. In the area of poverty, Nigeria, with about 50 million poor people, had the least number of people in poverty in 1990 than any of the three countries. While China had about 750 million people living in poverty, Indonesia and Vietnam had 85 million and 60 million poor people respectively. China alone had about 15 times the number of poor people than in Nigeria. Today, however, Nigeria has more poor people than the three countries combined, Obi argued. I'm reading the news for you people so that we can analyze. Do you understand? Are you with me? Let's proceed. Reacting. This is where Sanwo-Olu now jumping. Reacting. Governor Sanwo-Olu in a statement titled Factually Addressing Mr. P2B's Criticism of Nigeria at Johns Hopkins University accused Obi of making disparaging comments about Nigeria. He said he finds Obi's pattern of behavior disturbing, indicating that his comments about Nigeria on the global stage don't project the country positively. He made unflattering remarks not just about the incumbent Nigerian government, but also about Nigeria. I also find Mr. P2B's pattern of behavior disturbing. When prominent Nigerians go overseas, they ought to project Nigeria positively. They do not have to do that for the government, but we all owe a duty to market Nigeria on the global stage. Rather than demarket Nigeria, rather than demarket her, this is Sanwo-Olu advising Obi. Rather than demarket Nigeria, promote Nigeria. That is what true patriotism is all about. Sanwo-Olu, who predicated his reaction on poverty, which Obi focused on in his analysis, said any leader could fight poverty generationally by promoting education, improving health care, providing credit, and granting access to land. According to him, it is ironic that the former governor of Anambra State, who did not build a single school or a standalone hospital throughout his tenure, is criticizing the federal government. Sanwo-Olu said, I find it somehow ironic that a man like P2B, who did not build a single school or a standalone hospital throughout his 8-year tenure as a governor of Anambra or sustainably provide credit facility, could criticize the government of Nigeria, which is actively doing that. I say this because the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is my predecessor, and as a governor of Lagos and now president of Nigeria, has built over 200 schools and provided student loans to over to more than 200,000 undergraduates of Nigeria tertiary institutions. In less than 2 years, he has provided over $500 million in credit facilities to small and medium-scale enterprises. Explaining how Peter Obi contributed to the poverty problem he criticized, the Lagos state governor highlighted how poverty increased during Peter Obi's administration from 41.4% to 53.7% in 2 years. He said, under Peter Obi, a two-term Anambra governor, poverty in Anambra increased. It did not reduce. Before Peter Obi became Anambra governor, on Thursday, June 4th, 2007, the poverty rate in Anambra was 41.4%. But after only 2 years in office, the poverty rate in Anambra jumped to 53.7%. But the interesting thing is that 5 years after Peter Obi left office, his successor, Willie Obiano, reduced the poverty rate in Anambra from about 60% to 14.88%. As such, I am not sure that Mr. Peter Obi is morally well placed to make the alarming claim he made about Nigeria at John Hopkins. Mr. Peter Obi contributed to the increase of poverty, blah, 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 blah. And this is where he summarized it and concluded. Sawolu. What is he trying to say? Obi doesn't have the moral right to talk about poverty rate in Nigeria. Obi doesn't have the right to criticize the government of Tinubu. Obi doesn't have the moral right to demarket Nigeria outside Nigeria, overseas. Obi should be projecting Nigeria in a positive way. Demarketing Nigeria is more like telling the world that they shouldn't come into Nigeria because it is not a place to invest in. Sanwo-Olu claimed Tinubu built 200 schools while he was a governor. If that is the case, how come Lagos State failed their WAEC? Sanwo-Olu, wetin make you fail your WAEC? More than 54% of Lagos students who sat for the 2024 WAEC failed. In 2024, you failed your WAEC. 2025, you failed your WAEC. In Anambra, as at 2013, Anambra tops in WAEC. Tinubu built 200 schools. But now a lot of food there. Where are the schools? Where the hospital there? Now listen to me. Sanwo-Olu, when men are speaking, a puppet like you should shut your mouth up. When men they talk, you don't even have the right to even speak when the people will call themselves a governor utter a word. How are you a governor? Who made you a governor? Who told you you are a governor? Who told Sanwo-Olu that he is a governor? Are you not aware that you are a puppet? You are a slave to Tinubu? Do you know what governance means? You were then carried from nowhere, from gutter, put you for the government house of Lagos, made you the governor, and not just the governor. They tell you what you will do. Now you still get mad to the talk. Oh, I'm not surprised. You are an Agbero now. Of course, you go to do what they command you to do. You are now an OES member. You are now the OES member. Follow. They don't give you your own laptop. You are now an influencer. Tinubu built 200 schools. Tinubu built 500 schools. Where are the schools today? Where are the hospitals? Lagos State have the highest IGR in Nigeria. Internal generated revenue of Lagos, where the money there? Where is the money? Lagos is a mega city. Lagos is a mega city. The same Lagos everybody is complaining that is smelling. Lagos State that doesn't have good road network. Lagos State that doesn't have water. Lagos State doesn't have drinking water. The water waiting for Lagos State is green. People, they use pure water. They go toilet. People, they use pure water. They brush their teeth. People, they use water to cook food for their kitchen. People buy water in tanks because Lagos does not have water. Where are your road network? Where are the good road networks you have in Lagos? Nothing. What are you doing with the money you are generating? From tax, from the seaport, from the airport, where the money they go? Una de swallow, una de share them because you are a puppet. If they call governor, you will come out. The schools Tinubu built, where are the schools and why are you people failing in WAEC? The man, when you say no build school, have highest in education. He did not build school, he did not build school. But he is the one that is stopping chat in the whole Nigeria. And you say you don't go hide your face in shame. Look at this puppet. Who told this one to speak? Even you. He doesn't have right to criticize the government. He will project the government patriotic. Are you patriotic? Are you guys patriotic? You are patriotic, but you don't go abroad to go see how they build that place. If you enter Nigeria, you go begin to the patch road and you call yourself a patriotic governor. You are patriotic, you are patriotic. Did you win election or did they impose you on the people? Not be by writing results. Did you win election with the will of the people or the wish of your master? Look at this houseboy. Please, this is a very serious matter. He never reached to carry bag. He never reached to do houseboy duties. He never reached to deliver ice cream. He never reached to stand and do usher. He never reached for eye service. When he reached the time for you to come and lick the shoes of Tinubu, now when we go call you? If you reach the time to come carry tissue, they wipe Otula Tinubu. All no time to wipe the Otula of Tinubu, now when we go call you? As at now men in the gist. Peter B is a man. This is a gist of a man. He left abroad with microphone. They address people about what is happening in Nigeria. Now the gathering of men. We never reach for the gathering of puppet and puppetry. When you reach for that time, or the time when we're going to discuss about slaves, that is when we need you and we need your voice. And we have a lot to ask you about slavery and puppetry. You are an agbero, a tout, when they tell, I direct how he will do, how he go do things. Sanwo-Olu. You too. When you start to talk, he did not do anything. He doesn't have the right. He did not build school. You went build school. Where the school there? You have Lagos. Lagos that doesn't even have light. Mega city that is not proud of 247 electricity. You call it a mega city and you say that it's a country on its own. Where is the country? A country where the gutter they smell? Country where people they go toilet inside gutter? People one shit and even gutter can and you win say. Tell me one good thing about Lagos. This old glory. With all the money you are generating in Lagos, there is nothing to tell about Lagos. Go to South Africa. Go to small cities for South Africa and you will be ashamed to call yourself the governor of Lagos State. Look at you. Obi they talk, you too they talk. The money Lagos State is making, if Anambra making that money, Anambra will, you don't need to go to heaven. The heaven will be located in Anambra. The money what they make for Lagos, if they make half of it for Anambra, you know what the story will be. When they make money, no, share the money amongst yourself. And you are coming to when people they criticize, you too also come out to criticize. Anyway, election don't reach now. As an agbero, you will have to also have to do the job of an agbero, a tout, to bring your master in as usual. Ocho, you are a governor, slave, puppet.